All right, so you made it to the level up section of this IXL. So what do we have to do? Before we graph, our equation has to have a y that is isolated. And when we say isolated, it means totally by itself. So if you notice in this inequality, there are a bunch of things around it. Same thing over here. This y is not by itself. So we're going to do something called the solving square. So the solving square, we're going to put y's on the left side, and everything else, I'm just going to write the word else, is going to go on the right. Okay, but it's something important to note about the solving square. This line is our line of equality. So if I cross that line at any point, I need to change the sign. Oh my gosh, I cannot write. Why can't I type? Help. Okay. So what I mean by that is my y is going to go on my y side. So it is being brought down, so it's going to be a plus 1y. Okay? And I'm calling it a 1y is because there's an invisible 1 there. All right. Everything else is going to go on this right side. So first I'm going to start by bringing down this 5. But I also have to bring over this 5x. And see how I'm crossing over that middle line? When I cross over, I need to change the sign. So this was a positive 5x. It is now going to become a negative 5x. All right. After I do that, I'm just going to bring everything down. So 1y. I'm bringing down my symbol, which was less than. And then I bring down 5 minus 5x. And we're almost done. There's always one last step, and it's to divide the number in front of the variable. So I'm just going to divide everything by that 1. And my new inequality is going to be y. I bring down my symbol. 5 divided by 1 is 5. 5x divided by 1 is still just negative 5x. So I have to do this first, and now I can just go ahead and graph it using the same exact rules as before. All right, let's try that again. I just did a lot. So where do we begin? We begin by labeling our sides. This is going to be my y side, and this is going to be everything else. Okay, I see that there's no number here, so I'm just going to put a 1 like we did before. All right, and now I'm ready to organize. So my y's just get brought down. Everything's going to get brought down with it. So that negative, that 4, and that y are going to get brought down. Everything else side, so I'm going to bring down that 24. And then I also need to bring over that 1x. And remember, I crossed over. That 1x was positive. Now it's going to become a negative. Okay, that's it. I'm going to bring it down. Negative 4y. Bringing down my less than symbol. Bringing down the 24 and my negative 1x. Last step, divide by the number in front. Divide by the number that was in front of the y, which was negative 4. Okay, so what happens here? These cancel out. I'm just left with a y. 24 divided by negative 4 is 6. Negative. And then I have a negative 1 divided by a negative 4. That's going to give me a decimal, so I'm just going to change the symbol because a negative and a negative is a positive, and I'm going to leave it as 1 over 4x. Let's leave it as that fraction. And that's it. But notice I didn't write the symbol. There's a reason for that. In inequalities, whenever I divide by a negative number, the only difference here is I need to switch my symbol. Now I can go ahead and graph this. If you want to try more of these and you're curious, let us know. There is an extension office hours on this today.